Units of the Russian armed forces continuing the offensive captured Stepnoe. The grouping of troops of the Lugansk People's Republic is continuing the offensive in the northeastern districts of Severodonetsk city. On the morning of March 14, high-precision long-range weapons attacked Ukraine's military infrastructure. As a result of the strike, communication, retransmission and switching hubs were disabled in Fedorovka, Vinarovka and Topol. In addition, a large ammunition depot for multiple launch rocket systems was destroyed on the territory of Antonov plant near Kiev, from the sites of which Russian troops were fired at. On the afternoon of March 14, the air defense of the Russian aerospace forces shot down 2 Ukrainian unmanned aerial vehicles, including one Bayraktar TB2. Operational tactical, army and unmanned aviation hit 86 military infrastructure assets of Ukraine, including 4 command posts and communication centers, 3 anti-aircraft missile systems, 1 radar station, 1 electronic warfare station, 3 ammunition and fuel depots, and 68 areas of military equipment concentration. In total, 145 unmanned aerial vehicles, 1,298 tanks and other armored combat vehicles, 124 multiple launch rocket systems, 469 field artillery and mortars, as well as 1,047 units of special military vehicles of the armed forces of Ukraine were destroyed during the operation. The Kiev regime continues to use terror tactics, using the most destructive types of weapons against civilians and civilian infrastructure. Earlier, we brought information about the consequences of today's strike of the Ukrainian tactical missile .U with cluster munitions on a densely populated block of Donetsk. In response to these actions, the armed forces of the Russian Federation will take prompt measures to disable enterprises of the military-industrial complex of Ukraine engaged in the production, repair and restoration of weapons that nationalists use to commit war crimes. We urge Ukrainian citizens working in these enterprises, as well as residents of the nearby residential buildings, to leave potentially dangerous areas. A number of Western countries at the state level encourage the participation of their citizens as mercenaries of Ukraine in hostilities against units of the Russian troops. All responsibility for the death of this category of foreign citizens in Ukraine lies on just the leadership of these countries. We know all the locations of foreign mercenaries in Ukraine. They will continue to be targeted, similar to the destruction of training centers at Yavorovsky training ground in Starychi on March 13. I want to warn you again, there will be no mercy for mercenaries, no matter where they are on the territory of Ukraine.